Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports. Staying with the Olympics theme this week. You have already seen this card featured on its own separate video, so definitely check that out if you get a chance. It's right up here in the corner, down in the description, or at the end of this video. So if you want to check this card out and learn more about it, definitely check it out. But this has 10 autographs of Team USA players on it. So not going to spoil it for this video because we got a lot of room to cover. So I just wanted to get that one out of the way. Now what I'm going to do with you today is I'm going to share with you my certified Team USA baseball autographs. And almost 90% of these that I'm going to show you today are certified autographs. I do have a couple jersey / patch cards that are going to be featured today that I just keep with these cards because they're Team USA related. So I'm going to do my best to kind of keep these chronologically, meaning we're going to start with the oldest and work our way forward. So we're just going to jump right into this. And this is not necessarily an older set, but this is an older player. And this is Griffin, who was on the 1988 Team USA gold medal team. That went all the way to win the gold medal for the first time for Team USA. I picked this up at a card show for a couple bucks, and when I saw it, I thought it was more than fair enough of a price. I'm just going to mention that, collecting Team USA autographs, especially with some of the names I'm going to share with you, you're going to see these and you're going to be like, who the heck are these guys? And you're absolutely right. Some of these players, the pinnacle of their career was playing for Team USA. A lot of them get drafted and they don't make it past A ball. In some cases they don't even make it out of rookie ball. Then there's others that are in the stratosphere. The Clayton Kershaws and the Max Scherzers and the guys of that type that play on Team USA and just become the next superstars of baseball. Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, etc. So, with that being said, most of these cards, I have never paid more than $10 for any of them, so keep that in mind. And most of these guys that are obscure minor leaguers that never made it, I paid a couple bucks for them at most. So keep that in mind as I show them to you. Now this first set is the upper deck version of Team USA baseball, and that is a Mark Melancon autograph. And Melancon is one of the best closers in baseball right now. He had some very good seasons with the Pirates before he moved on from there, but very happy to have that one. This one was a big deal when I got it, but it didn't really translate, and that is Jeff Clement. He was a high draft pick of the Seattle Mariners, and things just didn't really work out at the pro level for him. This is a pretty cool one. This is an Anthony Reyes card, and this is Anthony Reyes of the Cardinals, and it actually shows him hitting, which is kind of unique because he's known as a pitcher. A couple more out of that other upper deck set. There's Kyle Sleeth, Tyler Green, Brian Gerelman, Adam Davis. And the other thing I want to point out is these are the collegiate teams, the 18U teams, and in some cases the 15 and under autographs. And we'll get to those in a little bit. Sean Tolleson, ×2, Dwight Childs, Sean Ratliff, Kevin Roderick. Now I'm going to move these up for a second because you're going to see these. A little while back I was at a card show, and this has been, probably 5-6 years ago before I had my YouTube channel, and the seller had busted open cases of this product. And the reason he did that is there's Clayton Kershaw autographs in this set. And I'm going to show you off camera. This is actually an in-person, and I showed it in that intro video. But this is the set I'm referring to. There were certified issues of Clayton Kershaw like these that I just showed at the top here in this set. And also Max Scherzer was in the set in the collegiate version with certified issues as well. So that was a very, very big set to buy. So this seller that I met at the card show bought a case of these, and basically he didn't sell me the Scherzer or the Kershaw, but he sold me all the rest. And I'm going to show them to you really quick. And the rest, I say, are dual autographs. And I paid, I would say, $1 a piece for these, if that. So here's a dual autograph of Marcus Lemon, Sean Ratliff, Marcus Lemon, Adrian Carderas. And as you can see, they're in different inks. That was kind of like a Chase variant type of thing. You know, if you got it in blue ink or black ink, that was a thing. I remember that. Kevin Roderick and Greg Peavy, not Jake Peavy. Lander Ware, Jason Taylor, Brett Anderson, Torrey Langley, and this is probably the most notable guy that I have in this dual set that played in the majors. Jeremy Blake and Josh Thrailkill. Sounds like a horror movie. Lars Anderson, Grant Green, Lander Ware and Cardenas again, Max Sapp and Sean Tolleson, Tyson Ross, who had a pretty decent career in the majors, again with Lars Anderson, and Cardenas and Marcus Lemon again. And like I said, you know, when you're trying to collect Team USA autographs, it's like prospecting. You know, you might hit gold, but you might hit fool's gold. And when you buy these, you know, for as cheap as I did, some of them work out, some of them don't. So we'll just move on to the next one here. And this is actually a kind of a combination of things. This is Bowman's version of Team USA, and this is John Sims and Elvin Soto. I almost said Lucas Sims. That would have been awesome. But here's a couple jersey patch cards that are out of the Bowman product, and that's Peter O'Brien, Tyler Anderson. I actually have Tyler Anderson in a plentiful here. Another Tyler Anderson. This is the Tyler Anderson that pitches for the Pirates. And I actually got this one signed in person. Remember I said most are certified? This is a jersey card that I got Tyler to sign in person one time. And the same with Jonathan Crawford here. This is an in-person autograph, not a certified out of a pack. And the same with Elvin Soto. I had the jersey card, and we got one more here. This isn't super thick one, so that's why it's in that holder. A Scott Mcgough, who, you know, I don't even know who that is. So, you know, I might one day swap that out for a better card and just put it in a thick top loader. And to round it out, this is not Team USA, but it's the Futures game, and it's a jersey card that I got signed in person as well by Jeffrey Marte. So, again, nothing too exciting here out of this batch, but we'll move on and I'll show you some more. And as you can tell, you know, these are circa 2010, somewhere in that neighborhood. I've been collecting Team USA autographs a long time. Alright, so this next stack is kind of just a hodgepodge of stuff. And this next guy, oops, I think that's an upper deck card. I just kind of dropped two of them there. And that is of Tyler Hibbs. Now, Tyler Hibbs was not anything special as a major leaguer or anything like that, but Mr. Hibbs is no longer with us. He is now deceased, so his autograph's a little harder to come by. You know, it's not super tough. You can still find him on eBay and such, but he's not making anymore because he's no longer with us. Here's a couple major leaguers of the upper deck set, and this is Mike Minor and Christian Coleman. Coleman played for the Royals. I believe he was on their World Series team that won. Minor plays for the Royals. I think he's still with them now, if I'm not mistaken. And moving on, we have got a lot of ground to cover here. We got the Topps Team USA set, Christian Montgomery, Andrew Mitchell, Hunter Mercado Hood, Matt Reynolds, who's a pretty decent ball player, Brian Johnson, who was a big deal with the Red Sox for a little while there. Here's a Bowman Chrome of Brian Regara. This is Brett Hambright. These are getting a little interesting. Nicky Delmonico, and I got some real big ones that are coming up here. These aren't them. Connor Mason, Brad Miller, who's kind of like a MLB journeyman, Connell Ryan, Philip Pfeiffer, who's still playing, Jake Lemoyne on a patch card. And here's my best one out of the top set. And I bought these factory sets, and that's a Joey Gallo. Apologize about the sticker on the thing there. Need to get a better top loader. Here's another Tyson Ross. Now here's the biggies, guys. that I was telling you about. Number 1, Trevor Bauer. That is a Trevor Bauer patch card from Team USA Baseball. Not to mention Giants ace Kevin Gausman on his card. I also have a couple more here. Sonny Gray, which that was a big deal. I probably paid the most out of this lot for that Sonny Gray. I remember paying like $10 for that, thinking, oh man, I got something huge here. And, you know, it is what it is. And here's a Yasmani Grandel, who's had an excellent major league career for various teams as a catcher. A little bit of a glare there on the Grandel, so I put that up there. So now we're moving on to some newer guys, we'll call them that, you know, kind of shown up in the last 5, 6, 7 years. And, you know, some of these guys have been to the majors, some of them are still trying to make it to the majors. So I had to adjust the camera. I'm kind of getting a little messy here, as you can see. But Andrew Moore, Blake Trahan, LT Tolbert, Ryan Stanek, Luke Weaver, who's up with the Diamondbacks, and that's got a $5 tag on it. I probably paid that. Johnny Field. There's Hambright again. Colton Plata. David Berg. Jake Reed. Jeremy Martinez. Parker Kelly. Kevin Davis. Solomon Bates. Jersey card of Kyle Robinell. And a jersey swatch patch thing of Adam Plutko, who's a pretty good ball player. And moving up the ladder here, we got a couple more big hitters, I guess you would call them. And we got Hunter Green, the big prospect for the Reds organization, on a nice swatch card. And I've showed this in a pickups video before, so. And with that, I think I've shown these as well. Here's a pair of Tanner Houck autographs, the big pitcher for the Red Sox organization. I think he was up a little bit in 2020. JB Bukakis, who's with the Diamondbacks now. And here's Mets first rounder Pete Crow Armstrong, that was drafted a little while back, and LSU Mcgough, who's currently at LSU. And to round out the end of my collection, here I'm just going to show these to you. I don't know these guys, so I apologize if I say somebody's name wrong or don't know where they play. But Matthew Bardell, Justin Campbell, did I skip one? No. Nathan Nankill, Sam Faith, Rock Riggio, Ethan Hankins, which I know he's playing for somebody in the minors right now, Tony Bullard, Brandon Comey, Matt Guschetti again, Nate Wogameth, Colton Olison. This is first rounder Will Wilson. I pulled these out of my sets, out of my packs. First rounder the Cardinals Zach Thompson, Ryan Hawks, LSU player Daniel Cabrera, who was drafted, I believe, Matt Cronin, who was drafted, Josh Hartle, Drew Romo, and Charlie Somm round out the rest of the collection. So, as you can see, I'm going to cut this video a little bit short because we're approaching about 15 minutes total. But as you can see, I've been collecting a long time. My Team USA certified autographs. You know, the best ones I would say are my Gausman and Bauer. But overall, the stack of cards, I probably lost money on if I paid more than $1 for them, to be honest with you, because a lot of these guys are not even in baseball right now. But as I said, this is like, you know, prospecting. Sometimes you strike gold, sometimes you strike coal. And as you can see from collecting these, you strike coal a heck of a lot more than you strike gold. So I just, as everybody knows that views my channel, I really enjoy collecting Team USA autographs, whether that's in person, whether it's from a pack, whatever. If I see them cheap enough for $1 or less, I buy them. So thanks for your time. Hope you're enjoying the Olympics, and as always, happy collecting.